In this tutorial video, I'm going to show you how to basically take and make a template for slideshow photo booth, and you're going to do it completely on the iPad. You're not going to use Photoshop or any other Windows PCs to create the template, and this will help you out in a jam in case you're in an event and you forgot to load your template or something. You can make it right on your iPad. It only takes about 5 to 10 minutes once you get good at it. So there's a few apps you're going to need in addition to slideshow photo booth. You're going to need an app called Black Eraser. This converts a JPEG to a photo or a PNG photo with a transparent background. And you're going to need the actual design program called Canva, and you can download that from the App Store. You can also use this on a PC, and it's very user-friendly. It's you can download the app, or you can go to the website, canva.com. So the first thing you want to do in order to line everything up and make sure your template stays true is you want to go into slideshow photo booth, okay? And you want to go ahead and select the template you want to use. You can choose any one of these 7 that you want to do. And then you click on Start Booth, and you're going to take your exposure set to manual exposure, set the shutter speed to basically all the way to the left, ISO all the way to the left. You take your thumb and cover up the camera, click on Start Booth, and take photo, and then start session, and then it does your countdown there, right? And it's going to take a photo that's going to look just like this. Blank white template with black photos, and this will give you a lot of contrast when you go into Canva to create your image. It'll be really easy to see what you're doing. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the Canva program. Okay, so there's a template I've already pre-made. I'm going to show you how to make this from scratch. I'm going to go back to designs over here, and I'm going to go ahead and click on, scroll all the way to the right, click on custom here. And as you know from the instructions, you have to put the exact pixels in. If you don't do that, it's not going to work. So it's 1240 wide by 1844 tall. Click on design right there, okay? So it comes to your blank canvas right there. The first thing you want to do is you want to add some kind of background, okay? So they have tons of free backgrounds. You can actually put a photo background if you want. You can buy their backgrounds for $1. You can go to a free website like pngtree.com for free backgrounds. I'm just going to pick something free and simple. Let me see what this looks like here. That's kind of like a paper texture. It's not very pronounced. That looks a little nicer. Let's stick with this. But I don't like the color palette, so I'm going to click on this and change it from a peach color to, let's do blue here. And that looks, let's do a filter here. So let's make the corners a little bit darker, more contrasty. Let's bump up the contrast even more, okay? And the brightness I want to be a little bit darker, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and accept that. Now we have to go in our uploads, and we have to click on our photos button in the upper left-hand corner, and we're going to drag our template in, okay? You see, as soon as I put it in, it shrinks it down and centers it, okay? I don't know why the program does that, but we want to expand it so it fills up the entire thing. You just drag on a corner until you see it perfectly aligned like that, okay? It's really important you get the alignment straight on this, because if it's off, then your template's going to be off. Next, you want to click on the very right-hand thing. It looks like a gradient. It's actually a transparency thing. Turn the transparency so you can just see the rectangles, okay? Something like around 25%. Looks pretty good right there. The next thing you want to do is you want to add some frames. So you can search for frames by clicking on this white search box here, and you can go under frames under here, okay, frames, and you can choose all these different frame effects here, okay. So let's say we want something pretty simple. Oh, let's see, what can we do? Here is a white one with rounded corners. Imagine that, just like we have here. And what you're going to do is you're going to take this. Oh, you can't use this because it doesn't have the midpoint handles there. So we're going to have to delete this. This is a square one only, okay? So let me see what we have here. Okay, let's do this one. No, that doesn't have the midpoint handles either. Neither does that. I guess a lot of these don't. I guess you could always manually draw it, but I want to try to find one that works good. If it doesn't have the midpoint handles, then there's no way to change the aspect ratio, which you definitely need to fit this exactly. Okay. Oh, let's go back up here. Maybe these frames isn't exactly what I want to do. Let's click on rectangle. And click on search. Okay, so it comes up with all of these things here. Here's a yellow frame, and this has the midpoint handles, which is what I was talking about. This is what we want. So the radius of these corners is slightly different. I'm aligning it with the upper left and the upper right corners there of this black and white template. Oops, I don't want to enlarge it. I'm going to click and drag on the midpoint to that end and then over here until it exactly fills that up. Okay, I don't like this color scheme. I'm going to put the middle as purple or something vibrant, so or let's just leave it yellow, and let's do this here as do purple. Okay, because in the background eraser app we're going to use next, we're going to erase that yellow, and if it's a nice vibrant color, it erases it really easily. Okay, so you're going to copy, copy, copy to give you 4 copies, and then you just drag it into place. There's little snap lines that appear that allow you to get this placement really, really exact, okay? Okay, so we have our 4 openings there, and you're gonna say, well, you have those like darkish corners. Well, remember, that's just a guide. We're gonna delete that later on, okay? Okay, so the very last thing is you wanna add some text. So here is some text. I click on add text. I pull it down here. You click on that. Let's change the size from 42 to 88. Let's drag these handles out. Okay. Working with your fingers is a little bit harder than it seems, okay? Okay, let's click on this again. Let's change the font because that's ugly. You have hundreds of fonts to choose from over here. I am going to do something scripty. Clicker script. There we go. And we're going to make it, can we make it bold? No, we can't make it bold, but that's okay. We'll just deal with that. Okay, so anyways, you would add text right there, and then you could add subtitle text, okay? So that could be like the bride and groom. This could be the date. Click on that again, and we're going to change this from 24 to 48, and we're going to click on it again, and click delete, and we're going to do September 12, 2018, and then we're gonna outside click it, click on it, drag it out. Okay, obviously you would have the same text, but I'm not going to bore you with all those logistics. So the last thing you have to do is you have to click on your background. You know you have not the background, the template that we first uploaded. You know you have the template because when you move it, you can see those shadows moving around. Okay, you select that and you delete it. Okay. So this is going to be your layout. We're going to take the yellow out in the next step, and we're going to go ahead and click on download. Download an image. It says it's downloading. This is going to save it directly to your iPad's folder. Okay, here it is, saved to our folder. So obviously the text would be different for your event. It would be like, you know, Jenny and Joe, September 12, 2018. It would look the same. So the next thing we have to do is open up this background eraser text, okay? And we go to the main menu here, and we click on the third icon down. It's a rectangle with a plus sign. We go under camera roll. We click on this add text thing. I don't know this background eraser app very well. It has a whole bunch of tools. One of them is this color wheel thing, which is basically a circle with some rainbow gradient on it. If you click on that and then click on yellow, it erases all the yellow at one time. So you go on Save Photo As. You can choose it with a white background, which is a no-no. You don't want that. You want PNG with a checkered or a clear background. And then it has all these... Right. Ready, set. But you can buy it for a couple bucks if that is really your thing. So next we go to Slideshow Photo Booth, okay? And we're going to go to our template. We're going to click, if we have old overlay added. We're going to delete that. Click on the add, click on the camera roll, click on the one we want, and bada boom, there you have your overlay right there. So that was pretty easy. It was fun. If you enjoyed this video, you can like it. You can't subscribe, but you can make your own template and share it to this group. Spread the joy. Thanks for watching, folks.